Good evening. I had this ready since last night, and I actually got the hang of it. So welcome everyone to the 80th anniversary read-along live stream special of Thomas and Friends. Well, let's just say the Railway series, of course, but the Thomas and Friends franchise, you can't beat the title Thomas and Friends. Sometimes I still wish it was called Thomas and Tangy and Friends. So how is everyone tonight? I bet everyone's been waiting for this all day. I bet everyone's been waiting for this. I bet everyone's been waiting for this. Come on, tell me. Tell me you've been looking forward to this. Go on, tell me. Yes, we've got Stephen Harrison. Hello, my friend. Happy anniversary, Thomas. We love you. That's a good one. Happy 80th anniversary, Thomas. Ah, because you saw the replica, didn't you? Oh, yes. Speaking of which, Thomas would like to say hello. Say hello, Thomas. Go on. You said that? Oh, you did. Good, good. We'll say it again if you don't mind. Hi, Melissa. How are you? No, sorry, Stephen. You probably missed last night's one. Was a bit of a last-minute decision for Victory Day. Yes, so I thought I'd get my replica out just to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Thomas. Sorry, the eye bit is going to be funny in a minute. The eyes are going to be funny. I'll just start this out. So what is everyone been looking forward to mostly? The live stream? Is everyone looking forward for the read along? Or did you knew I was going to bring my replica out of Thomas and you knew I was going to bring him down? Come on, admit you was waiting for that mostly. I know you guys really well. Come on. And the 80th, of course. Looking forward to your reading. And the 80th, of course, yes. Ah, there we go. Okay then. Here we go. So hello everyone. So I've been really looking forward to this all day. I had this prepared. I had the Superman intro open. I had the Superman thing ready just to be sure. And what's that, Thomas? What's that you're saying? Okay. Thomas likes to say hello one final time. Go ahead, Thomas. And you saw the pilot, didn't you? Yes, you did. So, what did you think of it? You loved it. Did you love hearing Ringo Starr's narration for the first since 39 years, since Series 2? You did. Excellent. Thank you, Thomas. Bye-bye. He's chopping up. He's now puffing along to do some shunting. He might be back soon. Off you go, Thomas. Off he goes. Everyone's enjoying the entertainment so far. Right, so there's two read-alongs. This is reminding me of Sooty and Sweet with Matthew Corbett. Yes, that's what I got the idea for before I'd make everyone laugh by doing this. So here's what I've got. I've bought a couple of books down to show everyone. A couple more books. I'm not going to read them, but hello, Thomas Bartle. Oh, hey, Ross, you're here. Way to go, boy. Way to go, buddy. Not boy. What am I saying? So we're going to start with this one that says "Happy Birthday, Thomas." Then we're going to talk, and then I'm going to read this, the first ever book by the Reverend W. Audrey, The Three Railway Engines. And no, I'm going to read it like a normal person. I'm not going to do like what I'm going to do on the first story. So, shall we start with Happy Birthday, Thomas? So, should we start with Happy birthday, Thomas. Hold on. Sorry, Thomas. What was that? You sure about that? You positively sure about that, Thomas? He said he likes to. He said he likes me to read Happy Birthday, Thomas, as well. So let's read that first. Then I'll take a break, and then we'll start talking. What's gonna happen, and then we'll start the next read on. Go on, Thomas. Have a happy birthday. That's a good one. Okay then. So, is everyone ready? Right, Ross, I need your help. Could you do a 5-second countdown for me, please? Only Ross does it. Okay, so okay, Ross, if you do a 5-second countdown in Thunderbird style for me, please, I would appreciate it. One number at a time. 5, ding, 4, ding, 3, ding. Keep going, nearly there. 2, ding, 1. Okay then. And I'm going to do how I did yesterday with the VE Day bit. It's like, like a story sort of thing, right? So, okay then, here we go. As Ringo Starr would say, when you hear Thomas whistle, turn the page. Happy birthday, Thomas. This is a story about Thomas, the cheeky blue engine, and the day his friends threw him a very special party. It had been a very busy day on Sodor when Thomas puffed into the station of Marin. "I'm sorry, Thomas, but you're not finished yet," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I need you to pick up Annie and Clarabel and get some trucks to the quarry." "I'll be as quick as I can," called Thomas as he puffed away. Thomas worked really hard. He pulled Annie and Clarabel from one side of the island to the other, shunted trucks to the quarry, and coupled up with Annie and Clarabel again to take them home. When Thomas returned to the sheds, he was too tired to talk to his friends and went straight to sleep. The other trains were worried. "Thomas has been working so hard," said James, "and it's his birthday soon." "We should do something nice for him," chimed Gordon. "I've got an idea," exclaimed Percy. The next day, everyone gathered in the yard to talk about the big plan. "I can't wait to see Thomas's face," tooted Bertie. Don't forget that it's a special surprise." Oh, let me try that again. Don't forget it. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Let me try that again. Don't forget that it's a surprise, Bertie, warned Emily. "You mustn't tell Thomas." "I won't," said Bertie. He couldn't wait for his part in Thomas's big surprise, but he was worried he might give the secret away. Later that day, Thomas was just about to pull away from Knapford Station when he noticed Bertie arriving. "Hello, Bertie," called Thomas. "Oh, can't stop," said Bertie sheepishly, and he shot off down the road. Bertie must want me to race him, exclaimed Thomas as he sped away after him. Bertie was worried that he would give away the surprise, so he drove away as fast as he could. But Thomas's wheels were turning faster and faster and faster. Thomas was close to catching up when Bertie turned off the road beside the track and zoomed off away from Thomas. Thomas didn't know what to do. Normally Bertie loved to race with him. Maybe Bertie doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. That night Thomas puffed very slowly and very sadly back to the sheds. Everyone's enjoying this, I am. In the morning, Sir Topham Hatt asked Thomas to come all the way to the steamworks to meet him. Go faster, we're late, grumbled Annie and Clarabel. Must hurry, puffed Thomas. He was feeling very tired after his busy week. There you are, Thomas, said Sir Topham Hatt when Thomas arrived at the steamworks. We need to smarten you up. And so his dome was polished, he was given a smart new coat of paint, his buffers were beamed, and he was given brand new shiny wheels. Now you're ready, said Sir Topham Hatt. Ready for what? Asked Thomas. Happy birthday, Thomas, cheered Sir Topham Hatt as they pulled up to the party. Surprise, shouted Bertie from the platform. I'm sorry I didn't race with you the other day, Thomas, but I didn't want you to know about your surprise birthday party. It was a wonderful party. All of Thomas's friends wished him a very happy birthday and even sang to him. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. That was a good party, said James that night. Did you have fun, Thomas? Did you have fun, Thomas? Asked Bertie. But Thomas didn't reply. He had already fallen asleep, thinking how lucky he was to have such good friends. There you go. That was a wonderful story. Like, let me just say, you, Thomas, are a really useful engine. Did everyone enjoy that? I actually did. Sorry, I put myself off a couple of times. I was rushing myself for a way. Oh, that's all right, Sammy, because this is later. This will be on the second half of the stream. So, what did everyone think? What was your favourite bit? What was everyone's favourite bit? You liked all of it. Thomas's birthday party, surprise. Yeah. Oh, Yes, Thomas, you wanted to see me? Okay. Right. What do you wanted to talk? Right. What's the matter? You like the story. You actually like the story. What's that? You think I'll make a great narrator for the future? Well, let's not jump into conclusions. I know that was that, although what you said there, that was a bit cheeky, but I'll take that as a compliment, though, Thomas. So, all right, you tell everyone what you thought of the story. You like it? You enjoyed me reading it, and it was wonderful. Hi, Thomas. Do you remember me? Asked Richard. Yes, says Thomas. I want to be the new narrator. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, you did great. Oh, thank you. What do you think, Thomas? Oh, well, oh, thank you. Thomas said to me, well done. You think I done well? You think I did well, didn't you? What? You think that, you think that, oh, oh, really? He thinks for my 40th, I should read that book again on my 40th birthday next year. Well, oh, please, begs Thomas. I'll think about it, okay? All right, Thomas. Okay. You better go. Right, go back. Right, you got another job to do. You don't get shunting. Now, go and get Annie and Clarabelle and take some passengers. Go on. Off you go. So I must be out of my mind today because I'm a, I'm a, I love Thomas the Tank Engine since I was 2. You would love to wish Thomas to say happy birthday. Well, he's got a job to do at the moment, but when he comes back, say it as quick as you can. Good luck, Thomas. I'll make sure he'll get the messages. So I bet Ross liked the bit when Emily had a line on the book. So yes, so there will be another read along. Also, I have bought a couple of other Thomas books with me. Oh, sorry, the door. Excuse me a minute. There we go. Sorry about that. Caught the door. So I have got this special Thomas book. It was a Father's Day gift that yes, you're in time. Yeah, I got this customized right on a website. Can't remember what it was. And if you look closely, when I'll show you this, it's a book of Thomas the Tank Engine. And if you look closely, it has got my name on it. Yeah, that's really good, isn't it? It's personalised. It was done by my wife and kids a few years back. I think that was during the pandemic. I don't know. But it has got the 4 stories of Thomas the Tank Engine. So I might. So if you want, I could read. I could do 3 books. I could do the 3 railway engines first, and if I feel like it, I can do the Thomas the Tank Engine one. So if you guys want me to do that, then yeah, that'd be cool. Then just feel free to let me know. I'll just put these. Oh dear. Ouch. Sorry. Oh. Back over there. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh. Sorry. I just stuck my wrist a little bit. I'm alright though. Don't worry. I'm okay. Oh, you want me to read a 3rd book? Okay. That's okay. Well, let's see what happens. What was the first ever Thomas DVD I bought? Right. That is a tricky question. I'll have to say my first ever Thomas DVD had to be Thomas and the Magic Railroad. I always get tired after the first lot of excitement. What's that? What's your plans for tomorrow? Well, I'm planning just to head out around the local. I'm just planning to spend the day with the wife, discuss things, because a lot of things is going on, and we're just kind of stressed out, but we'll be fine. Okay. Hold on. Hey, I've got an idea. Hang on. Hang on. How about, as Captain Blue from Captain Scarlet would say, hey, how about a little music? What's my cat Thomas been up to? He's been cheeky, like Thomas the Tank Engine. My cat Thomas has been very cheeky recently. He keeps coming back late at night every time my wife goes to bed. Yes, Henry's Forest. You're tired, catch you next time. Okay. Okay, but you'll miss the next read along soon. You're working so hard. Yeah. He is working too hard. Oops, sorry, hang on. Now, you heard that theme, but what episode was it from? God, I'll give. Well, before I read the next book, when you hear that theme, what episode is it from? Oh my gosh, Sammy, you've already got it down the mine. And buffer to buffer, the Allies puffed home. Hold on a sec. I think someone wants a quick peep. Get it? A quick peep. Get ready. Hold on. Surprise! There we go. He wanted to surprise everyone, but we surprised him. Okay. Okay, Thomas, back to work. Have a great day tomorrow. Right. Okay, Thomas. Thomas says thank you. Right. Off you go now. That's amazing. I actually enjoyed that. That's really good. I do love that. Yes, I do. I like to entertain everyone here as well, not just like talking or read. I just love to entertain people. I'd be funny. Thomas, we love you. Yeah, gotta admit, I do. I just can't believe that tomorrow's the 80th anniversary of Thomas and his friends. When the free row in, I can't believe that the first book. Thanks, Richard. That's what I've noticed. The first book was released 4 days after the Second World War ended on the 8th of May 1945, after Victory Day. So 4 days after Victory Day, the Free Railway Engines was released. That's weird. It may be weird, but that's brilliant, though. I think that was brilliant. What? OMG. Oh, what? Because I noticed a bit of trivia. Well, a fact. That's it. Thomas, you're the leader. Thomas, you're the leader. I got an idea. Well, I'll tell you what. Before I read the second book, the artist William Middleton didn't have faith in the book. How wrong is he? Yeah, no, well, if he didn't have faith, that's his own fault. The book was a big success, they wanted more, and the Reverend Wilbur Audrey done exactly that. It's been VE Day. Yes, I know. Right, hold on. Just okay. How about a bit of music before? I'll tell you what. How about I'll read the first two stories of this, put a song on, and then I'll read the next two. How's that sound? I actually thought of a great song. Yes, please. Great. Okay. All right then. What do you think, Ross? Is that a good idea? Read the first two. My favourite illustrator from the various books is Clive Spong. Yes, he did for Christopher Audrey's books and some of the other Audrey's, like Thomas' Christmas Party, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, Thomas and the Evil Diesel, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree. Yeah, his art was very great. His illustrations was fantastic. If he's still alive, wouldn't it be great if he did a website with his images and sell them with his signature on? That would be brilliant. Thomas, Your Leader is my favourite song ever. Oh, that's nice. I'm trying my best to do a music video of it. I just need to do it at the right time. Right then, so now that we're halfway, shall I read this? Shall I read the first two? What do you think, Thomas? Shall I read the book now? Okay. Well, Peter Edwards, the most realistic. Okay, that's cool. Right then, The Three Railway Engines by the Reverend W. Audrey. Do Michelangelo on here. C. Reginald Dolby. He took over the art, and I think it was good. Edward's Day Out. Once upon a time, there was a little engine called Edward. He lived in a shed with 5 other engines. They were all bigger than Edward and boasted about it. The driver won't choose you again, they said. He wants big, strong engines like us. Edward had not been out for a long time. He began to feel sad. Just then the driver and fireman came along to start work. The driver looked at Edward. Why are you sad? He asked. Would you like to come out today? Yes, please, said Edward. So the fire lit the fire and made a nice lot of steam. Then the driver pulled the lever and Edward puffed away. Beep, beep, he whistled. Look at me now. The others were very cross at being left behind. Away went Edward to get some coaches. Be careful, Edward, said the coaches. Don't bump and bang us like the other engines do. So Edward came up to the coaches very, very gently, and the shunter fastened the coupling. Thank you, Edward, said the coaches. That was kind. We are glad you are taking us today. Then they went to the station where the people were waiting. Beep, beep, whistled Edward. Get in quickly, please. So the people got in quickly, and Edward waited happily for the guard to blow his whistle and wave his green flag. He waited and waited. There was no whistle, no green flag. Beep, 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 beep. Where is that guard? Edward was getting anxious. The driver and fireman asked the station master, "Have you seen the guard?" "No," he said. They asked the porter, "Have you seen the guard?" "Yes, last night," said the porter. Edward began to get cross. "Are we ever going to start?" he said. Just then a little boy shouted, "Here he comes!" And there the guard was, running down the hill with his flags in one hand and a sandwich in the other. He ran onto the platform, blew his whistle, and jumped into his van. Edward puffed off. He did have a happy day. All the children ran to wave as he went past, and he met old friends at all the stations. He worked so hard that the driver promised to take him out again the next day. "I'm going out again tomorrow," he told the other engines that night in the shed. "What do you think of that?" But he didn't hear what they thought, for he was so tired and happy that he fell asleep at once. Edward and Gordon. Story number 2. One of the engines in Edward's shed was called Gordon. He is very big and very proud. "You watch me this afternoon, little Edward," he boasted, "as I rush through with the express. That will be a splendid sight for you." Just then his driver pulled the lever. "Goodbye, little Edward," said Gordon as he puffed away. "Look out for me this afternoon." Edward went off too to do some shunting. Edward liked shunting. It was fun playing with trucks. He would come up quietly and give them a pull. "Oh, oh, 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 oh!" screamed the trucks. "Whatever is happening?" Then he would stop and the silly trucks would go bump into each other. "Oh, oh, oh, whoa!" they cried again. Edward pushed them until they were running nicely, and they weren't expecting it. And when they weren't expecting it, he would stop. One of them would be sure to run onto another line. Edward played till there were no more trucks. Then he stopped to rest. Presently he heard a whistle. Gordon came puffing along, very slowly and very crossly. Instead of nice shining coaches, he was pulling a lot of very dirty coal trucks. "A goods train, a goods train, a goods train," he grumbled. "The shame of it, the shame of it, oh, the shame of it." He went slowly with the trucks clattering and banging behind him. Edward laughed and went to find some more trucks. So soon afterwards, a porter came and spoke to his driver. "Gordon can't get up the hill. Will you take Edward and push him, please?" They found Gordon halfway up the hill and very cross. His driver and fireman were talking to him severely. "You are not trying," they told him. "I can't do it," said Gordon. "The noisy trucks hold an engine back so. If there were coaches now, clean, sensible things that come quietly, that would be different." Edward's driver came up. "We've come to push," he said. "No use at all," said Gordon. "You wait and see," said Edward's driver. They brought the train back to the bottom of the hill. Edward came up behind. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Edward came up behind the brake van, ready to push. "Beep, beep, I'm ready," said Edward. "Poop, poop, no good," grumbled Gordon. The guard blew his whistle and they pulled and pushed as hard as they could. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, puffed Gordon. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it, puffed Edward. I can't do it. I will do it. I can't do it. I will do it. I can't do it. I will do it. They puffed together. Edward pushed and pushed as hard as ever he could, and almost before he realized it, Gordon found himself at the top of the hill. I've done it! I've done it! I've done it! He said proudly, and forgot all about Edward pushing behind. He didn't wait to say thank you, but ran on so fast that he passed two stations before his driver could make him stop. Edward had pushed so hard that when he got to the top he was out of breath. Gordon ran on so fast that Edward was left behind. The guard waved and waved, but Edward couldn't catch up. He ran on to the next station, and there the driver and fireman said they were very pleased with him. The fireman gave him a nice long drink, and the driver said, I'll get out my paint tomorrow and give you a beautiful coat of blue with red stripes. Then you'll be the smartest engine in the shed. Right, will I catch my breath? It's song time. Shall I get it? Shall I get it? Ow, what the heck? Who wants this? Take it away, Henry! Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Quite enjoyed that. Everyone showed Thomas lots of hearts. I thought I'd get him anyway because it's his 80th anniversary and thought it'd be nice. Although that song does get emotional sometimes, doesn't it? Certainly does, doesn't it? It was definitely fun. Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. Give me a second. Oh, hang on. Right, before I read the second half of the book, I just need to work on something. Right. I'll prepare another song when it comes to the end of the book. Right then, that's set, that's done. Right then. Okay, who's ready for the second half of this? You guys ready? Okay then. Here we go. The sad story of Henry. Oh, thank you very much, Thomas. Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel and squeaked through its funnel and never came out again. The engine's name was Henry. His driver and fireman argued with him, but he would not move. The rain will spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes, he said. The guard blew his whistle till he had no more breath, and waved his flag till his arms ached, but Henry still stayed in the tunnel and blew steam at him. I'm not going to spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes for you, he said rudely. The passengers came out and argued too, but Henry would not move. A fat director who was on the train told the guard to get a rope. We will pull you out, he said, but Henry only blew steam at him and made him wet. They hooked the rope, and all pulled except the fat director. My doctor has forbidden me to pull, he said. They pulled and pulled and pulled, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. So it's like I'm being like Ringo Starr, isn't it? It's like I'm trying to be like Ringo Starr. I'm trying to make his and Michelangelo's situation put together. Okay. Then they tried pushing from the other end. The fat director said, 1, 2, 3, push, but did not help. My doctor has forbidden me to push, he said. They pushed and pushed and pushed, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. At last another train came. The guard waved his red flag and stopped it. The two engine drivers, the two firemen, and the two guards went and argued with Henry. Look, it has stopped raining, they said. Yes, but it will begin again soon, said Henry, and what will become my green paint with red stripes then? So they brought the other engine up, and it pushed and puffed and puffed and pushed as hard as ever it could. But still Henry stayed in the tunnel. So they gave it up. They told Henry, we shall leave you there for always and always and always. They took out the old rails, built a wall in front of him, and cut a new tunnel. Now Henry can't get out, and he watches the trains rushing through the new tunnel. He is very sad because no one will ever see his lovely green paint with red stripes again. But I think he deserved it. Don't you? Well, Henry was a naughty engine. Do you think he learnt his lesson? Let's find out on the last story. Edward, Gordon and Henry. Edward and Gordon went through the tunnel where Henry was shut up. Edward would say, beep, beep, hello. And Gordon would say, poop, 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 serves you right. Poop, 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 serves you right. Poor Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out. Sudden dirt from the tunnel had spoilt his lovely green paint and red stripes. He was cold and unhappy, and ever wanted to come out and pull trains too. Gordon always pulled the express. He was proud of being the only engine strong enough to do it. There were many heavy coaches full of important people, like the fat director, who had punished Henry. Gordon was seeing how fast he can go. Hurry, 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 he panted. Trickety-trot, 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 said the coaches. Gordon could see Henry's tunnel in front. In a minute, he thought, I'll poop, poop, poop at Henry and rush through the tunnel and out into the open again. Closer and closer he came. He was almost there when crack! Whoosh! He was in a cloud of steam and going slower and slower. His driver stopped the train. What has happened to me? Asked Gordon. I feel so weak. You've burst your safety valve, said the driver. You can't pull the train anymore. Oh dear, said Gordon. We were going so nicely too. Look at Henry laughing at me. Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke at him. Everybody got out and came to see Gordon. Humph, said the fat director. I never liked these big engines. Always going wrong. Send for another engine at once. While the guard went to find one, they uncoupled Gordon and ran him on the siding out of the way. The only engine left in the shed was Edward. I'll come and try, he said. Gordon saw him coming. That's no use, he said. Edward can't pull the train. Edward puffed and pulled and pulled and puffed, but he couldn't move the heavy coaches. I told you so, said Gordon. Why not let Henry try? Yes, said the fat director, I will. Will you help pull this train, Henry? He asked. Yes, said Henry at once. So Gordon's driver and fireman lit his fire. Some plate layers broke down the wall and put back the rails. And when he had steam up, Henry puffed out. He was dirty, his boiler was black, and he was covered with cobwebs. Oh, I'm so stiff, he groaned. You better have a run to ease your joints and find a turntable, said the fat director kindly. Henry came back feeling better, and they put him in front. Beep, beep, said Edward, I'm ready. Beep, 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 said Henry, so am I. Pull hard, pull hard, pull hard, puffed Edward. We'll do it, puffed Henry. Pull hard, we'll do it, pull hard, we'll do it, pull hard, we'll do it, they puffed together. The heavy coaches jerked and began to move, slowly at first, then faster and faster. We've done it together, we've done it together, we've done it together, said Edward and Henry. You've done it, hooray! You've done it, hooray! You've done it, hooray! Sang the coaches. All the passengers were excited. The fat director leaned out of the window to wave at Edward and Henry. But the train was going so fast that his hat blew off into a field where a goat ate it for his tea. They never stopped till they came to the station at the big station at the end of the line. The passengers all got out and said, thank you. And the fat director promised Henry a new coat of paint. Would you like blue and red? Yes, please, said Henry. Then I'll be like Edward. Edward and Henry went home quietly, and on their way they helped Gordon back to the shed. All three engines are now great friends. Wasn't Henry pleased when he had his new coat? He is very proud of it, as all good engines are. But he doesn't mind the rain now, because he knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is not to run into tunnels, but to ask his driver to rub him down when the day's work is over. That's the end of that. Bring away to mark the 80th anniversary. It sure is the island of Sonar. Hey, watch it, Merlin. Did everyone enjoy that? Thomas, our number one. You have your great time of surprise by stories. Do you? Number 1 star. 3 cheers for Thomas. You know what? Let's get on. You know what? I'm going to stay on a little bit longer because I feel like reading another book. You're like, oh, thanks, Ross. I appreciate that. So, out of a live stream so far. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, Lego Thomas. He says hello. Well, it looks like the Thomas the Tank Engine wants to say hello to your Lego Thomas. So, Thomas, Richard has a request. Can you blow his whistle to say hello to his Lego Thomas, if you don't mind? Thank you. How was that, Richard? Was that good? Yeah, we're waiting. Yes, Thomas, I know. We're all waiting for Richard to see if he liked that. Give his Lego. Do you want to give us? Should we give his Lego Thomas another toot? Yes, I think we should. Let's do it again. Hello, Lego Thomas, from me and Thomas. That's another one. I'll bake a cake tomorrow. That's a good idea. That is going to be fantastic. I can't believe that the franchise is going to turn 80 tomorrow. I never liked history, but I never realised that every anniversary of Thomas is 4 days after Victory Day. That is like crazy. But it's good though, and I've got to admit, I'm actually enjoying myself tonight. I don't feel like I want to get off. I feel like I want to carry on doing this for a bit longer. So, what do you guys think? Would you like that? Give me a second. I'm just looking for a video to put on another song. There it is. Right. Also, this live stream, I have dedicated it. This is in loving memory of someone wonderful. Someone who brought the books to life on the television series. And that is to Britt Allcroft. So, when you hear this... Oh, hang on. Hang on a sec. Give me a minute, okay? Yeah, give me a second. Your Lego Thomas said hello, he heard. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Right, give us a second. Just can't be doing some editing. Just ignore that. Don't want to spoil the surprise. That should do it. Right, as I was saying, now this read along 80th anniversary special is dedicated to a wonderful person who brought Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends to life, from books to television series to a feature film and to fans all over the world. So for the past 5 or 6 seconds, I want everyone to salute for Britt Allcroft. So on 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Yes, Britt will be proud of all of us Thomas fans keeping the legacy going. We all miss him, yes. We all miss her. Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. We all miss Britt. Yes, we all miss her a lot. And I'm very happy that I grew up on Thomas the Tank Engine since I was 2 years old. So I've been into Thomas for 37 years now. I'm going to Thomas the Tank Engine. Doing a party for the 80th anniversary. Oh, I was miles away about that. Yeah. No, That's why I'm planning the party tonight for Thomas. I'm planning it tonight so we can have a good night's sleep and go to work with Annie and Clarabelle and shunt the trucks and celebrate his party on Sodor. Oh, you know what? Usually I stay on for about an hour, but I've got to be honest. I really I feel like reading another book. What do you think? Shall I read one more book? Shall I? Shall I read one final book for Thomas's birthday celebrations? Thomas Baker says yes, please. Oh, yes, please, says Sammy. Okay, then. Yeah, okay, then. We'll read one final book. And then after that, after this book, we'll end with one final song and we'll wrap up from there. Let's read. What shall we read? Shall I read something from a big Railway Series collection? Oh, yeah. My wife Kirsty bought this out on display saying happy birthday to Thomas the Tank Engine. I've got Thomas right here. Thomas is right here, isn't he? The real Thomas. So my wife just peeked out the door to show me the blanket. That was actually from the Drayton Manor Hotel. Actually, I've got a. Oh dear, I dropped the book. Give me a second, guys. I'll sleep like that. It's okay. So, oh, blimey. It's getting dark now. So, shall we read this one? Would everyone love to read me this book for Thomas's birthday tomorrow? Shall I read it tonight so we can celebrate his birthday a night early for his birthday? What do you think? Okay then, let's do it. Right, just need your opinion, guys. Should I do like should I do 2 stories first, then put a song on, and then read the last 2 stories and put another song on? Should I do that? Just need your opinion before I get started. Give me a minute, guys. Just can't work on something. You know what? I've got a good song to put on. Yes, I have just the thing before I start reading this book. Okay. Right, give me a second. Okay, I've got it. Give me a second. Perfect. Right then. Sorry guys, give me a second. Right, here we go. Right, now then, let's read it. This book is called Thomas the. It is called Thomas the Tank Engine. Didn't expect that, did you? before we start, let's read this little message. Let's read this message. Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy. This letter, written by the Reverend W. Audrey to his son Christopher, appeared in the original edition of this book, which featured Thomas, the little blue #1 engine, for the first time. Okay. Oh, I haven't used this book for ages. Right, Thomas, this is it. Are you ready for your big debut book to begin? Okay then. Thomas and Gordon. Thomas was a tank engine who lived at a big station. He had 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. He was a fussy little engine, always pulling coaches about. He pulled them to the station ready for the big engines to take out on long journeys, and when trains came in and the people had got out, he would pull the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest. He was a cheeky little engine too. He thought no engine worked as hard as he did, so he used to play tricks on them. He liked best of all to come quietly beside a big engine dozing on a siding and make him jump. Beep, 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 beep. Wake up, lazy bones. He would whistle, why don't you work hard like me? Then he would laugh rudely and run away to find some more coaches. One day Gordon was resting on the siding. He was very tired. The big express he always pulled had been late, and he had to run as fast as he could to make up for lost time. He was just going to sleep when Thomas came up in his cheeky way. Wake up, lazy bones, do some hard work for a change. You can't catch me. And he ran off laughing. Instead of going to sleep again, Gordon thought how he could pay Thomas out. Imagine you got the TV series in your head. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? One morning, Thomas wouldn't wake up. His driver and fireman couldn't make him start. His fire went out and there was not enough steam. It was nearly time for the express. The people were waiting, but the coaches weren't ready. At last, Thomas started. Oh dear, he yawned. Come on, said the coaches. Hurry up. Thomas gave them a rude bump and started for the station. Don't stop dawdling, he grumbled. Where have you been? Asked the coaches crossly. Thomas fussed into the station where Gordon was waiting. Poop, poop, poop. Hurry up, you, said Gordon crossly. Peep, peep, peep. Hurry yourself, said cheeky Thomas. Yes, said Gordon, I will. And almost before the coaches had stopped moving, Gordon came out of his siding and was coupled to the train. Poop, poop, he whistled. Get in quickly, please. So the people got in quickly. The signal went down, the clock struck the hour, the guard waved his flag, and Gordon was ready to start. Thomas usually pushed behind the big trains to help them start, but he was always uncoupled first, so that when the train was running nicely, he could stop and go back. This time he was too late, and Gordon started so quickly that they forgot to uncouple Thomas. Boo, boo, said Gordon. Peep, 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 whistled Thomas. Come on, puffed Gordon to the coaches. Pull harder, puffed Thomas to Gordon. The heavy train slowly began to move out of the station. The train went faster and faster. Too fast for Thomas. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Beep, beep, stop, he whistled. Hurry, laughed Gordon in front. You can't get away, laughed the coaches. Poor Thomas was going faster than he had ever gone before. He was out of breath, and his wheels hurt him, but he had to go on. I shall never be the same again, he thought sadly. My wheels will be quite worn out. At last they stopped at the station. Everyone laughed to see Thomas puffing and panting behind. They uncoupled him, put him onto a turntable, and then he ran on the siding out of the way. "Well, little Thomas," chuckled Gordon as he passed, "now you know what hard work means, don't you?" Poor Thomas couldn't answer. He had no breath. He just puffed slowly away to rest and had a long, long drink. He went home very slowly and was careful afterwards never to be cheeky to Gordon again. Well, looks like Thomas was taught a lesson from Gordon. What's going to happen next? Let's find out on the next story, Thomas's Train. Thomas often grumbled because he was not allowed to pull passenger trains. The other engines laughed. "You're too impatient," they said. "You'd be sure to leave something behind." "Rubbish," said Thomas crossly. "You just wait. I'll show you." One night he and Henry were alone. Henry was ill. The men worked hard, but he didn't get better. Now Henry usually pulled the first train. In the morning, and Thomas had to get his coaches ready. If Henry is ill, he thought, perhaps I shall pull his train. Thomas ran to find the coaches. Come along, he fussed. There's plenty of time, grumbled the coaches. He took them to the platform and wanted to run round in front at once, but his driver wouldn't let him. "Don't be impatient, Thomas," he said. So Thomas waited and waited. The people got in. The guard and station master walked up and down. The porters banged the doors, and still Henry didn't come. Thomas got more and more excited every minute. The fat director came out of his office to see what was the matter, and the guard and the station master told him about Henry. "Find another engine," he ordered. "There's only Thomas," they said. "You'll have to do it then, Thomas. Be quick now." So Thomas ran round to the front and backed down on the coaches ready to start. "Don't be impatient," said his driver. "Wait till everything is ready." But Thomas was too excited to listen to a word he said. What happened then, no one knows. Perhaps they forgot to couple Thomas to the train. Perhaps Thomas was too impatient to wait till they were ready, or perhaps his driver pulled the lever by mistake. Sorry. Anyhow, Thomas started. People shouted and waved at him, but he didn't stop. "They're waving because I'm such a splendid engine," he thought importantly. "Henry says it's hard to pull trains, but I think it's easy. Hurry, hurry, hurry," he puffed, pretending to be like Gordon. As he passed the first signal box, he saw the men leaning out, waving and shouting. "They're pleased to see me," he thought. "They've never seen me pulling a train before. It's nice of them to wave." And he whistled, "Beep, beep, thank you," and hurried on. But he came to a signal at danger. "Bother," he thought. "I must stop, and I was going so nicely too. What a nuisance signals are." He blew an angry on his whistle. One of the signalmen ran up. "Hello, Thomas," he said. "What are you doing here?" "I'm pulling a train," said Thomas. Said Thomas proudly. "Can't you see?" "Where are your coaches then?" Thomas looked back. "Why, bless me," he said, "if we haven't left them behind." "Yes," said the signalman. "You better go back quickly and fetch them." Poor Thomas was so sad he nearly cried. "Cheer up," said his driver. "Let's go back quickly and try again." At the station, all the passengers were talking at once. They were telling the fat director, the station master, and the guard what a bad railway it was. But when Thomas came back and they saw how sad he was, they couldn't be cross. So they coupled him to the train, and this time he really pulled it. But for a long time afterwards, the other engines laughed at Thomas and said, "Look, there's Thomas who wanted to pull a train but forgot about the coaches." Well, it looks like Thomas has learned another lesson: how to treat coaches with respect and how to be patient. What's going to happen next? Let's find out on this next story, Thomas and the Trucks. Thomas used to grumble in the shed at night. "I'm tired of pushing coaches. I want to see the world." The other engines didn't take much notice, for Thomas was a little engine with a long tongue. But one night Edward came to the shed. He was a kind little engine and felt sorry for Thomas. "I've got some trucks to take home tomorrow," he told him. "If you take them instead of me, I'll push coaches in the yard." "Thank you," said Thomas. "That will be nice." So they asked their drivers next morning, and when they said yes, Thomas ran happily to find the trucks. Now, trucks are silly and noisy. They talk a lot and don't attend to what they are doing. They don't listen to their engine, and when he stops, they bump into each other, screaming, "Oh, oh, oh, oh! Whatever is happening." And I'm sorry to say they play tricks on an engine who is not used to them. Edward knew all about trucks. He warned Thomas to be careful, but Thomas was too excited to listen. The shunter fastened the coupling, and when the signal dropped, Thomas was ready. The guard blew his whistle. "Beep, beep," answered Thomas, and started off. But the trucks weren't ready. "Oh, oh, oh, oh," they screamed as their couplings tightened. "Wait, Thomas, wait." But Thomas wouldn't wait. Come on," he puffed, and the trucks grumbled slowly out the siding onto the main line. Thomas was happy. Come along," he puffed. All right, don't fuss," grumbled the trucks. They clattered through stations and rumbled over bridges. Thomas whistled, "Beep, beep," and they rushed through the tunnel in which Henry had been shut up. Then they came to the top of the hill where Gordon had stuck. "Steady now, steady," warned the driver, and he shut off steam and began to put on the brakes. We're stopping," called Thomas. No, answered the trucks, bumping into each other. Go on. And before his driver could stop them, they had pushed Thomas down the hill and were rattling and laughing behind him. Poor Thomas tried hard to stop them from making him go too fast. Stop pushing, he hissed, but the trucks would not stop. Go on, they giggled in their silly way. He was glad when they got to the bottom. Then he saw in front the place where they had to stop. "Oh dear, what shall I do?" They rattled through the station, and luckily the line was clear as they swerved into the goods yard. "Oh, groaned Thomas as his brakes held fast and he skidded along the rails. "I must stop," and he shut his eyes tight. When he opened them, he saw he had stopped just in front of the buffers, and there watching him was the fat director. "What are you doing here, Thomas?" he asked sternly. "I brought Edward's trucks," Thomas answered. "Why did you come so fast?" I didn't mean to. I was pushed, said Thomas sadly. Haven't you pulled trucks before? No. Then you've a lot to learn about. Then you've a lot to learn about trucks, little Thomas. They are silly things and must be kept in their place. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know almost as much about them as Edward. Then you'll be a really useful engine. Looks like Thomas has got a lot of training to do with the trucks. He's never pulled passenger trains. He's never pulled trucks. What's going to happen now? Let's just say a miracle happened on this last story. Thomas and the breakdown train. Every day, the fat director came to the station to catch his train. And he always says, "Hello," to Thomas. There were lots of trucks in the yard. Different ones came in every day, and Thomas had to push and pull them into their right places. He worked hard. He knew now that he wasn't as clever as he thought. Besides, the fat director had been kind to him and he wanted to learn all about trucks so as to be a really useful engine. But on the siding by themselves were some trucks that Thomas was told he mustn't touch. There was a small coach, some flat trucks, and two queer things his driver called cranes. "That's the breakdown train," he said. "When there's an accident, the workmen get into their coach, and the engine takes them quickly to help the hurt people, and to clear and mend the line. The cranes are for lifting heavy things, like engines and coaches and trucks." One day, Thomas was in the yard when he heard an engine whistling, "Help! Help!" and a goods train came rushing through much too fast. The engine, a new one called James, was frightened. His brake blocks were on fire, and smoke and sparks streamed out on each side. "They're pushing me! They're pushing me!" he panted. "On, on!" laughed the trucks, and still whistling, "Help! Help!" Poor James disappeared under a bridge. "I'd like to teach those trucks a lesson," said Thomas the Tank Engine. Presently a bell rang in the signal box, and a man came running. "James is off the line! The breakdown train! Quickly!" he shouted. So Thomas was coupled on, the workmen jumped into their coach, and off they went. Thomas worked his hardest. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he puffed. And this time he wasn't pretending to be like Gordon, he really meant it. "Bother those trucks and their tricks," he thought. "I hope poor James isn't hurt." They found James and the trucks at a bend in the line. The brake van and the last few trucks were on the rails, but the front ones were piled up in a heap. James was in a field with a cow looking at him, and his driver and fireman were feeling him all over to see if he was hurt. "Never mind, James," they said. "It wasn't your fault. It was those wooden brakes they gave you. You always said they were no good." Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside. Then he pulled the unhurt trucks out of the way. Oh dear, they groaned. Serves you right, puffed Thomas. When the men put the other trucks on the line, he pulled them away too. He was hard at work, puffing backwards and forwards all the afternoon. This'll teach you a lesson, he told the trucks. And they answered, yes it will, in a sad, groany, creaky sort of voice. They left the broken trucks and mended the line. Then with two cranes they put James back on the rails. He tried to move, but he couldn't, so Thomas helped him back to the shed. The fat director was waiting anxiously for them. Well, Thomas, he said kindly, I've heard all about it and I'm very pleased with you. You are a really useful engine. James shall have some proper brakes and a new coat of paint, and you shall have a branch line all to yourself. Oh, sir, said Thomas happily. Now Thomas is as happy as can be. He has a branch line all to himself and puffs proudly backwards and forwards with two coaches all day. He is never lonely because there is always some engine to talk. Let me try again. He is never lonely because there is always some engines to talk to at the junction. Edward and Henry stop quite often and tell him the news. Gordon is always in a hurry and does not stop, but he never gets to say poop poop to little Thomas, and Thomas always whistles peep peep in return. And that's it. We're finished. We're done. We did it. We've done it. Hooray. Yes. Hooray indeed. I've really enjoyed that. I think that was wonderful. Thomas, you are a really useful engine. Happy birthday, Thomas. You did it. Yes, we all did it. I'm really glad we all did this. So, so I better so it's time I should get myself going soon. But yes, it has been a great one. Yes, I've really enjoyed that. So I don't know. I feel like I don't want to go, but I've got to because I've got other things to do, really. So I'm sure we'll sort out some arrangements soon. I'll make another live stream next month. So I just hope everyone enjoyed this live stream. I'll stay on for another minute or so, and yeah, I've got things to do. So I've got less than a minute. So So I think I've enjoyed it. So it's about time I better get going. So right, I better get going now in a few short seconds. So you guys have a great night and have a good evening, and happy 80th anniversary to Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends. Well, happy 80th birthday to Thomas. Until then, it's a good night from me and to Thomas. Bye-bye.